Ladies and gentlemen of Bitcoin Street, it's time to buckle your seatbelt, secure that hardware wallet, and grab the finest orange juice Saties can buy, because we are back, broadcasting across the Nostr galaxy, the RSS rabbit hole, and the YouTube time chain with the Bitcoin Street Journal podcast. Today's top story, when you finally become the whole coiner in the family. You know that moment. Your cousin is still shilling index funds, your brother-in-law just maxed his Roth IRA with bond ETFs, and your sister's bragging about her high-yield savings account. But you're sitting at Thanksgiving like a digital asset warlord with your full Bitcoin. No KYC, no regrets. You are him, you are her, you are whole coiner prime. But hold up. This isn't just a personal milestone, it's a geopolitical one. Because President Trump's executive director is now saying it out loud, the United States wants to win the space race to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible. Let that sink in. The new space race isn't Mars. It's not satellites. It's not weapons. It's who can stack more sats faster than the fiat system collapses under its own bloated spreadsheet. And spoiler, the ETFs are winning.
Market metrics, BTC price plus dominance.
Let's check the vital signs before we dig in deeper.
Bitcoin price, 107,942. Market cap dominance, 53.6%. Supply on exchanges, a record low, under 7.1%.
Percentage of Bitcoin unmoved in the last year, 63%, a new all-time high for HODL conviction.
ETF apocalypse.
It's happening faster than anyone expected. Spot Bitcoin ETFs bought 26,700 BTC just in the first few weeks of May. And miners, they've only produced 7,200 in that same time. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have a full-blown supply crunch. BlackRock alone added 1,250 BTC this week and now holds over 633,000 BTC worth $66 billion. That's not just accumulation, that's invasion. Corporate America is hoovering up Bitcoin like it's wartime steel. Even Metaplanet in Japan added 1,004 BTC this week. Their total stack is now 7,800 BTC, and their stock just leapfrogged Toyota, SoftBank, and Nintendo in trade volume. El Salvador, quietly stacking up to $644M in BTC reserves, sixth largest sovereign holder on Earth. Steak and Shake even posted a rocket ship GIF. So if you were wondering when normie brands would get on board, congrats! We're officially in the burger joint goes interstellar phase of Bitcoin adoption.
Michael Saylor versus the mob.
MicroStrategy, strategy, dropped another 7,390 BTC this week for a cool $764 million, pushing their total holdings to 576,230 BTC. That's over $40 billion in raw digital gold.
But wait, what's that sound?
Oh, right. That's the sound of the SEC, a class action lawsuit, and half of Wall Street foaming at the mouth. The charge? Alleged misleading disclosures around Saylor's aggressive Bitcoin treasury tactics. Our take? If buying BTC at every price point since $10,000 is a crime, then Saylor is guilty of being a legend. The man has a 16.3% YTD yield, an average buy price of $69,000, and he's now in the S&P 500 qualification zone. Respect?
Custody is political.
Jamie Dimon of JP Morgan Chase, yes, the man who once called Bitcoin a fraud, just said his clients can now buy Bitcoin. But wait, he refuses to custody it. Translation? You can buy the digital asset I told you not to buy, but I won't hold it for you because I don't want your private keys getting anywhere near my fiat throne. Meanwhile, an Australian judge ruled that Bitcoin is legally money, potentially exempting it from capital gains tax. Imagine that. Clarity from the courts while U.S. regulators delay every ETF decision like a broken vending machine.
Plastic goes peer-to-peer.
Now to the future of spending, Visa and MasterCard just went full-on crypto. They've partnered with Aqua Wallet and MoonPay to launch Bitcoin and stablecoin spending cards usable at 150 million plus merchants worldwide. Stablecoins at the gas pump, Saties at your smoothie shop. Permissionless peer-to-peer commerce is live on the rails of TradFi.
It's not quite lightning, but it's a start. Global game theory goes nuclear.
Let's connect the dots. Trump's executive director says we're in a Bitcoin space race. The Texas House is debating a state-run Bitcoin reserve. U.S. senators are publicly saying Bitcoin ETF issuers will be the largest holders of U.S. treasuries on Earth. You heard that right. The people selling debt will be holding the hardest money on the planet. If that's not poetic justice, I don't know what is. Meanwhile, the Genius Act, a bill to regulate stablecoins, is moving fast through the U.S. Senate. Circle wants to IPO, Ripple's trying to buy them, and CZ is out here reminding us that not investing in crypto is also risky.
Amen.
Ethereum and the altcoin side quest. Let's not forget the rest of the digital asset arena. Ethereum saw 205s in ETF inflows post-Pectra upgrade. Solana's bleeding a bit with weekly outflows under $1 million. Tron passed Ethereum in USDT circulation. That's right. Justin Sun's blockchain is now the world leader in stablecoin volume. Pi Network just hit a new all-time high, but apparently it's not what you think. And in altcoin news that makes us wonder how this is still legal, CRO dumped 6% despite a major partnership, and XRP futures are now live on the CME. But here's the TLDR. Bitcoin dominance is back, and everything else is background noise until we break $110K.
Bitcoin culture, conviction, and the whole coiner creed.
So let's go back to where we started. 63% of all Bitcoin hasn't moved in over a year. That's the highest level of conviction in history. Sentiment reports just 4.9% of Ethereum and 7.1% of BTC remain on exchanges. A generation of hodlers, stackers, plebs, and sovereign individuals are locking in their stacks like it's wartime rationing. This is not a bear market. This is not sideways. This is the beginning of the end of fiat. And when you realize your single Bitcoin puts you ahead of 99.9% of Earth, you stop asking permission and you start living differently. That's why we say it here every single week. Teach your kids about money before the state does.
Pleb shoutouts B4V.
Big shout out to every pleb out there stacking quietly, to the guy selling eggs for sats, to the girl mining with a USB stick, to the node runners, the zap streamers, the meme lords on Nostr.
You are the resistance. You are the Bitcoin street.
And if this show gives you value, return the favor. We're value for value. Zap us on Fountain, toss us some sats on Nostr, and share the signal. Don't just consume, contribute. Fountain.fm now powers over 4 million podcasts and emerging artists. Discover, share, and support the content that moves you. Powered by Bitcoin and Nostr.
Closing thoughts.
The news cycle is accelerating. The institutions are here. Governments are scrambling. Retail is still in disbelief. And the halving cycle is barely getting started. We're not in the first inning. We're in the eye of the storm. This is your weekly dose of reality in a clown world of fiat fog. This is the Bitcoin Street Journal podcast. I'm Anna, signing off.
Stay sovereign, stay orange-pilled, and as always, zap responsibly.